Welcome to Football Hub, your new home for everything football. We're kicking off our journey to 1,000 subscribers, and we want you to be part of our starting 11. Hit that subscribe button and join the team. United reach agreement for Bryan Mbeumo. Manchester United have reached an agreement with Brentford to sign Bryan Mbeumo, according to a report. Centre Devils reveals the Red Devils have finally struck a deal with the West London club after weeks of protracted negotiations for Mbeumo. United saw an opening proposal for the 25-year-old winger worth £55 million rejected by Brentford, who were holding out for a fee comparable to the one agreed for Matheus Cunha earlier this month. Cunha, 26, became the Reds' first summer signing after triggering the Brazil international's £62.5 million release clause with Wolverhampton Wanderers. But United are intent on overhauling Ruben Amorim's misfiring forward line after the club's worst season in the Premier League era and were desperate to add Mbeumo alongside Cunha for next year. Mbeumo returned an impressive 20 goals and 8 assists in the best campaign of his career for Brentford. Only Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak and Erling Haaland scored more in England's top division. By comparison, no player in Amorim's squad reached double figures, with the senior striking partnership of Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee combining for just 7 goals. United returned with an improved offer for Mbeumo this week, which has now reportedly been accepted by Brentford. A new number 9 is also on the agenda at Old Trafford, but Amorim has now secured the 2 number 10s his 3-4-2-1 system relies so heavily on to function effectively. A host of clubs in the Premier League had expressed interest in Mbeumo, including Arsenal, Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur, but the Cameroon international always wanted United, no one else, according to the report. Centre Devils have predicted a deal to be finalised within the next weeks, with a medical and contract signing still to be completed. These are expected to be formalities, however. Crucially, the major hurdle of a club-to-club agreement with Brentford has been cleared, paving the way for United's second summer signing to complete his dream switch to Old Trafford. Arsenal approach PSG winger. The Gunners are keen to strengthen their attacking options this summer for Mikel Arteta, following a third consecutive season where they finished as runners-up in the Premier League, while they also reached the semi-finals of the Champions League. A natural number 9 is believed to be the priority for the club during the transfer window, but the club are also keen on signing a new winger too, and Barcola has emerged as a prime target. Barcola, who has been described as one of the best wingers in the world, played a key role in PSG's Champions League triumph in the 2024-25 season, while they also won the League One title. But after starting the season as first choice, Barcola found his minutes more limited in the second half of the season after the Parisians signed Kavicha Kvaratskhelia in January, which has encouraged Arsenal to make a move to attempt to bring him to London. L'Equipe report that the Gunners made a formal approach to PSG about signing Barcola in recent weeks, but they were immediately met with a rejection, as the French champions have no intention of selling the France international. Barcola is happy to stay in Paris and fight for his place in the team, with PSG adamant there is a healthy competition in their squad rather than a war of egos with everyone pushing each other to become better. Arsenal had initially made Athletic Bilbao star Nico Williams their top target for the position, but he has made a move to Barcelona his priority this summer instead, and now the North London club are looking at alternatives. But Barcola is clearly not someone they will be able to sign, and instead the club must look around the market elsewhere for a new forward, while they continue their pursuits of Benjamin Sesko and Victor Gyökeres for the striker role. Chelsea João Pedro swap deal planning. Pedro is understood to be open to leaving Brighton after a training ground bust-up with teammate Jan-Paul van Hecke saw him left out of the remaining 2 Premier League matches of last season. Newcastle have long tracked the Brazilian, having almost signed him from Watford 3 years ago. A deal worth £30 million was agreed, but head coach Eddie Howe instead pursued a club record move for Alexander Isak. Pedro has scored 30 goals in 70 appearances for the Seagulls, who are likely to demand around £60 million for his services. Newcastle have been leading the chase, but it's now claimed Chelsea are also showing an interest. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Blues have asked to be kept informed on Pedro's situation. The Italian wrote on X, "Understand Chelsea have Brighton's João Pedro as one of the targets on their shortlist for this summer. Highly appreciated." Via the Chelsea Chronicle, there is a strong chance that Chelsea will attempt to offer midfielder Kiernan Dewsbury Hall in a player plus cash swap deal for Brighton's Pedro. The 26-year-old followed Enzo Maresca from Leicester City to Stamford Bridge following a stellar season in the Championship. Even with the backing of his boss, Dewsbury Hall made only 13 Premier League appearances in 2024-25. Of his 31 total appearances, 18 were starts. Now with Dario Esugo entering and the return of André Santos, the Blues could make better use of their existing option and put him towards the attempted acquisition of Pedro. All in all, this doesn't seem so bad. The majority of Dewsbury Hall's minutes last season came in the Europa Conference League. And with the club now back in the Champions League, is he going to carry on as a European starter? Highly unlikely. The competition for midfield places may mean that he would welcome a new challenge, and if it helps the club win the race for Pedro, even better. Real Madrid wants Ibrahima Konate. Real Madrid have already signed 2 defenders this summer in Dean Huijsen and Trent Alexander-Arnold, with a third set to follow in Alvaro Carreras. And there could be more to come at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's no secret that Real Madrid have an interest in a second Liverpool player, Ibrahima Konate. The France international is well liked within the offices of Valdebebas, and with his contract expiring in 12-month time, there could be a similar opportunity to the one with Alexander-Arnold. In recent days, it has been reported that Konate has turned down Liverpool's first offer of a new contract, which will only increase optimism within Real Madrid of signing him. The plan is to pick him up next summer as a free agent, but there are chances for a deal to be done in 2025. As reported by Court Offside, Real Madrid are willing to sign Konate now, but they have set a maximum price of £25 million to get a deal done with Liverpool. The Premier League champions would not consider accepting this amount, as they would want at least £40 million to let the 26-year-old leave now. Paris Saint-Germain are also in the race for Konate, and they could have an advantage over Real Madrid in that it would allow him to return to his native France with the reigning European champions. However, Los Blancos officials will not be overly concerned about this, as they believe the lure of joining him is enough for any player in world football. It will be very interesting to see how the situation with Konate plays out. Liverpool desperately want to keep him, but if a new contract cannot be agreed before the final few weeks of the summer transfer window, there is a chance that they put him on the market. Phew, what a day in the transfer market. Don't forget to drop a like if you found these updates helpful, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'm on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and your support means the world. Let's build this community together.